Welcome back to 7th Crown Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a little live channeled message for the collective, and I'm going to be clearing the energy here with my singing bowl, so if you need to mute that for a moment, definitely do that. So here we go. That felt nice. I'm doing this reading inside because it's raining outside, so I'm going to be doing it inside now from the comfort of my bed. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're healthy right now. Nothing worse than a cold. I mean, you know, colds are definitely bad when it comes to springtime. Okay, so I'm actually getting some signs of communication. We'll see what that's about. I don't know what that's about. Maybe that is spirit communicating. Maybe that is somebody else communicating. Hello, Icarus. Welcome. All right. What is it that my collective needs to know right now, Spirit? What is that my collective needs to know right now? What messages do you have for my collective? Okay, we got a lot. Let's see. I got mental gymnastics, tolerant and intolerant, an emphasis on the tolerant, hero and warrior, Taurus in Venus, House of Possessions, and I do believe we are now in Taurus season, or we're about to go into Taurus season. I'm not quite sure about that, but this might have something to do with a Taurus. This could just be a time period type sign, so this could be something that's going to be happening. I do feel like it is the latter. So this feels like something that is going to be happening here with the bird and sus and the mental gymnastics with the tolerant and intolerant part. So this feels like somebody could be trying to somebody could be overthinking something here and spreading misinformation, and people are kind of getting suspicious about that with this bird, because the expression of, oh, a little birdie told me, right, comes to mind. And fixed mindset. This is somebody who has a very close-minded thought process. So they're not exactly thinking things through properly. And so maybe something here happened. Let's see. I want to find out more, because the picture isn't quite coming together just yet, but we are getting hints. Lovers in reverse on the back of my deck here. Could you tell me more about this, Spirit? What urgent message do you have for my collective? What is something they need to know right now? Four of Swords, reverse, the Sun. Okay. The King of Pentacles. So you're showing up here as the King of Pentacles and the Sun. You're in a really good position here. So this is telling me that maybe it could be triggering somebody, or because I almost have a feeling of someone having suspicions around how you acquired your abundance or your happiness here, or both, because we do have both of these showing up here. So, and with the Lovers and the Hanged Man in reverse, I feel like this is also you coming to terms with someone taking away from that abundance, taking away from, like, they're always seeing the worst in a situation. They're always seeing the worst in you and making you feel like you constantly have to disconnect from your higher self. This could be something that was contributing to this uphill battle that you felt like you always had towards getting to this place where you finally feel like things are flowing for you. Your needs are being met. Maybe not just yet. Maybe this is your needs will be met in the upcoming season here, in the Taurus season. Something big is shifting here in the Taurus season for it to be smack dab in the center, right beside the King of Pentacles. Because they have a very similar feeling here, where you've grounded something in reality and it's now showing up for you. And there's going to be a lot of opinions around that. Red hair in reverse, I feel like you don't care. I feel like these opinions are kind of reflecting off of you. These negative thought patterns are reflecting off of you, and this is good. This is contributing to your ability to become resilient with this time and effort. You're putting in time and effort and doing it regardless of what kind of outcome there is. And this is actually, ironically enough, what is bringing in that result, because you're cultivating a really powerful energy where you're kind of being guided by faith right now. You're like, I'm going to do what I need to do that aligns with my path, that aligns with what I believe that I need to be doing to succeed at whatever it is here that you're doing. You're doing the actions, and it feels like you've realized that's the secret sauce to all of this, that you need to be acting and not really putting as much emphasis on the reaction to what you put your time and effort and attention into. It's like you're shifting your attention away from other people, outward circumstances, and shifting it inward. And this actually makes me think of something that I was researching here, and again, we have time. Researching here regarding secure attachment. So I have been researching this for my own benefit because I have insecure attachment. And so I feel like most of us do. And where was I going with this? Oh, okay, so I fall into the anxious type of attachment, and that's where you focus entirely on the outside world, entirely on how people like react to you. And so I feel like you're becoming more secure. You're becoming more securely attached to yourself. And so also it's having a domino effect on how you attach to whatever projects you want to build, because you're able to balance out how you're emotionally feeling about this. And you're really able to just sit down and focus on what it is that you need to do and not worry too much. See, bunny in reverse. This really feels like there are some doubts creeping in your head with the creator in reverse as well. But you're not allowing them to take over. You're not allowing these worries to take over because they're just doubts. Like, you're not placing emphasis on them. Okay, so let's see what else is gonna come up. Any other messages here? There's a type of like playful innocence here that you are embodying too. Because we do have the sun and we had the bunny. And I feel like, and we also have the bird. And I feel like this is like a type of innocence here that you're embracing. There's something here that you don't see. Two of Swords. What is it that my collective here doesn't see? Oh, okay, so you might be working too hard at something. You might be putting in a bit too much effort, and this comes from that insecure attachment that you have. So you constantly feel like you have to be fighting for something. Fighting upstream, putting in 110% effort, as opposed to allowing something to come in. Allowing something to take its sweet time here. Because it's supposed to come in over time. You're not supposed to force it to come in. There's something here also that comes to mind when women give birth in the hospital. They give them epidurals and stuff like that, and then they're kind of disconnected from how things. I don't know. Okay, so this is just something that's coming to mind. Don't get all mad about it. So this is just it's a metaphor. When the doctor's like telling you to push, as opposed to women, okay, this is what it was called, blue pushing or something like that. That's actually very damaging. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to listen to your body and push as it tells you to push, right? It's a natural thing that happens. So, and I've never given birth, but this is, again, an analogy. So, this is kind of what Spirit's telling you to do. Allow those waves of urges. When you feel like you need to do something, do it. Don't feel like you're constantly needing to, like, push it to the limit. You don't need to do that. And it's only going to cause damage in the long run if you do that to yourself. It's going to cause damage to yourself. And that's actually how you unstick yourself from whatever mental prison you're in right now. You could be feeling very, like, blocked here by something. By a way of thinking. By a way of doing stuff, too. It feels like whatever you're doing here, it feels very burdensome. It's almost like going to work as opposed to going to play. Think about the way that a kid plays. Like, they don't go and, unless this is what they like, they don't go and set up all of their toys in a very, very neat row every single time. No, they see a toy that they want to play with and then go and play with it, right? And that's more so what you should be doing. Okay, so this comes from a place of not healing properly. So there's something here that you need to heal. Something that you will successfully heal, for sure. This could be something where someone was being very conniving. I don't know why that word comes through, but what I more so mean by that is, I guess, covert would be the right word, where they were quiet about how they were hurting you, and so nobody really believed you, or they took their side. And although they might have won the battle, you are going to win the war with this Ace of Swords over yourself and over this situation. Because there's some sort of, like, control here. There's some sort of control aspect that it feels like maybe you've dealt with this person for a very long time with the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords, where they had control over your mind. Oh, wow. Okay, so you actually got the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. You could have someone coming in here for you in Taurus season, so next month, where you feel like there is an equal give and take. And this is a relationship that you need to work on, that you need to build. Maybe this is the relationship that you have between yourself and your projects, or yourself and things you want to grow. This could be a variety of things. It could even be a friendship coming in. But it's one where you don't have to worry about some sort of secret that's there. Because everything is just, it's balanced. There's an equal give and take here. And creating that equal give and take is going to be really key in your success in whatever this is. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a project. Think about the things that give you an equal give and take. And if they aren't giving you what you are giving it, then you need to step back your energy a little bit or adjust. You got the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups definitely gives me that energy of like just sitting back and believing that it will, like your results will manifest as you're slowly walking towards the things that are meant for you and walking away from the things that don't serve you. My throat's getting dry. I hope you guys are enjoying the reading so far. I'm having fun. Yeah, I feel like this this feeling of like, when is it gonna come in? Like an impatience. This forcefulness. But you need to let it go. You need to let go of that force. You can't force something to happen. Because that's... everything has its own divine timing. And you have to learn certain lessons and have all the puzzle pieces in order for things to come in. And you also need to become the person that you would be to have that. Or like connect with them in a way. What's that about? Apprehension and joy in the reverse. You might have some sort of wounding around putting your value on, like maybe you got your value or based your value off of results. Maybe people put that on you. Maybe you were, aw, thank you, Claire. Hello. Maybe you placed your value on how people responded to whatever you created. And that created blockages for you now that you have to resolve so that in the long run you can actually stand up the test of time to whatever it is that you're creating here. Because what you're creating, I feel, is big. It's really much bigger than you understand currently. It's lovely to see you too, Claire. Shout out to Claire. If you haven't seen her videos, definitely check them out. She does amazing videos. She's very talented. And of course, knowledgeable. So, Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Tower. I feel like this is something being taken away from you, in a way, taken out of your life as a blessing. So maybe this is something that recently happened. It felt like a blessing that something came out or like left your life because it was taking away from you. And it could be that it was triggering this feeling of inadequacy within you. Constantly feeling like you have to watch your back. When really, that's not, it doesn't serve you anymore. Oh, okay, look at these cards that are coming out now. Strength. And the 10 of Cups. That's great. It feels like you bit your tongue here with whatever situation this was. And because of that, it resulted in you restabilizing yourself and having this happiness that you want. Although it might not be with this past grouping of people that didn't actually mean you well. And part of this comes from your experiences here with the 9 of Pentacles, because you were able to see that this wasn't something, it was showing signs of not being the right thing to invest in. With the 9 of Pentacles, this is someone who has a lot of knowledge and can grow grapes even though they're hard to grow. So it's like you've done really difficult things up until this point. And so if someone doesn't want to follow you on that journey, even though you know it's a great journey, then that's their loss. If they don't want to invest in you, then you're not going to invest in them. You're not going to chase that. You're not going to chase something there's no reciprocity there. Because what's the point? Why do that? You're only chasing after things that you want. 6 of Wands. That will result in a victory. That you know will result in a victory. You've got this killer mentality, you know, like you know exactly what you want and you're gonna go for it. You're very ambitious here. 7 of Wands. And you're willing to defend yourself, in a sense. Not defend yourself, but that's the wrong word for it. You're gonna die for what's right, you know? And it's a really beautiful energy here that you have. Star in reverse. Okay, so you might be losing hope with whatever it is here that you're making, whatever it is that you're doing. Could you tell me more about this, Spirit? Don't lose hope. Because it's coming, and it'll come at a time when you least expect it. The results will come when you least expect them. Temperance. There's something here that you need to balance within yourself. Hi, Meloria. So, see how they're both balancing jugs? But they're balancing them in a different way. This one is spilling into the ground around her. This one, he's spilling one cup into another. Oh, thank you. I actually made it. This is a garnet. Sorry, got distracted by a comment. So I feel like you here, you have to balance something here differently. Because I feel like you could be pouring out towards other people in the past. And now you are balancing your inner world. Okay, yeah, so this is a switch up. Like we were talking about earlier, about this insecure attachment, right? So when you were anxious, you were pouring out a lot of your water. And that's usually not the meaning of this card, but that's how I'm reading it. You are pouring out all of your water and nourishing everyone around you, but not yourself. And you are being very vulnerable. But, you know, maybe those people didn't give that back to you. Because we tend to do that when we're anxious. But then with this one, he's going back within and he's connecting with his inner self. And he's saying, what is it that I need? And he's tapping into those intuitive waters and drawing in that energy, that spiritual energy, and just being like, what is it that I need to transform right now? And that's what I feel like you're doing right now. You're transcending this pain. You're getting through some sort of like pain that you used to hold within you. You would ignore it by nurturing other people. And now you're healing something within you. The Knight of Wands. Please do not distract yourself with work. That's what Spirit's saying. Do not distract yourself with work. You can still work, but try to temper that, because it seems like you have a lot of stuff that you need to figure out within yourself right now. And so long as you're distracting yourself, you're still playing into that old version of yourself that gives to others but doesn't give to themselves. So right now is a time of self-love. And someone here could be very upset at the fact that you're growing up. Was it that one that I wanted to show you? This one. This one in reverse. That you're growing up. Because it's hard seeing people grow up and feeling like you don't have power over them anymore, right? Not having power over somebody that you once had power over. So this could be someone who is using you as fuel, using your energy. I really do feel that with this star. Someone might have been using your energy in order to make themselves feel better, make themselves appear more beautiful and more lovely. Maybe they compared themselves to you, and you're not allowing that to happen anymore. With this fish and pride, yeah, I'm definitely getting like a karmic energy here. Someone here comparing themselves to you. And that just kind of not being your vibe anymore. You're not fighting it. Like, I feel like this aggressive and this rage here, it's coming from like an outward place. Someone else doing that to you. Someone else seeing you as like a moving target. But now you're kind of going invisible because you're focusing completely on yourself. You're very cold. With the Queen of Swords. You've taken back your energy. You've taken back your effort, your words. You could have been very reactive in the past, and now you're not being reactive. You're very calm, and it's really throwing people off that used to use that energy. Look at that. Hi, Keith. I see your messages, by the way. Yeah, my brother on my ex-girlfriend, I'm guessing. Yeah. Well, it seems like they can't control whatever it is here anymore. And even if they try to, even if they try to control that narrative to other people and make you seem like you're disempowered, like you need other people's help. Hi, Kavid. It's not working. I don't see people believing it. I don't see people buying into it. I feel like a lot of people just see this as an aggressive move on their part. And that they're really childish. Maybe they're not childish maybe they're not a child on the outside, but they're a child on the inside. This person that is, or people that used to use you as fuel. And now maybe you've disconnected. Maybe you just don't communicate as much with them. You've quietly stepped away without a fight. Interesting. Good energy here. I like it. It's very confident, very sassy. Yeah, you're out here doing whatever it is that you feel is good for you. You're not going to go out here and attack other people. You're not going to be out here telling people that they're not good enough. In fact, I think that you will be the opposite. You'll be the type of person that fosters that confidence in other people. You'll be like, well, I see your uniqueness, and I think you should double down on it. Like, you're a risk taker here. That's incredible. Being a risk taker is very bold, and it's very scary to be a risk taker. But I believe that that's the best way to get ahead, because it makes you stand out. Not many people want to take that risk in being themselves and showing who they are. Yes, absolutely. I'm always open to giving messages. I love doing this. I love doing this so much. So it's too bad I couldn't go outside today because it's raining, but you know, that's all right. This is fine too. I want to see others become the best versions of themselves. Good, yeah. That it feels like it. I definitely feel like that. You want people to become the best versions of themselves, whatever that looks like. And to feel like they have the space to do that. You want to make them feel safe. That's what I feel like with her arms wide open. Aw. Well, I'm happy that I helped you somehow. Anticipation and codependent. No. See this chicken? He's saying no. So there could have been someone here that was very codependent on your energy. That could have, actually, this is weird. I've never gotten this message here with this card. They could have switched the roles on you. So maybe they're a parent, or they're older than you, and they've treated you as if you are supposed to be the one that's older, that's parenting them, or making sure that they're okay, when the role traditionally is supposed to be the other way around. Maybe they're supposed to be the one that's taking care of you. I asked what I should do to stop being a people pleaser. Then there you were. That's so funny. Spirit is hilarious. I love how sometimes this just like happens where you're like, you ask a question and then it just gets answered when you let go of that expectation of it coming in. I had that actually happen last night. It's interesting how that happens. I love that. Mentor in reverse. I feel like you're not giving your 2 cents to the wrong people anymore. To people that are expecting you to give them some sort of advice and then they never take it. Because you see that they're not growing. They're not expanding. They're not actually open to what you have to say. They just want to feel like some sort of connection. Like some sort of connection between you and them. And I really feel some sort of anticipation here, but this isn't like a good anticipation. This is from them, of not understanding what's going on. And so there's like this shakiness. Anyway, I'm feeling like I should get off of that topic now. Spirit wants me to stop talking about it. So let's switch to something else. What message do you have for for my collective here. Personality changes. Yeah, you're growing. You're growing. And robot. Platonic and reverse. Interesting. I don't know what these mean. Let's see. Okay. You know what this is? You're really tuning into the messages that you're getting right now. You're downloading a lot of messages here. With the star at the top here, this also reminds me of the star card that we got earlier, and I do believe that's Aquarius. But even if it's not, I am getting like Aquarius energy here, where you're living in the future. You're visualizing who you want to be, and you're becoming it. Like, this is incredible. You're going through a huge transformation right now. Cool. So, Platonic in reverse. Yeah, so this is like your past self and your future self. And you're placing this divider in between your past self and your future self. You're thanking your past self for being there. And you're stepping into this future self. Making a robot in the desert in California. I don't understand. Is it because you're in the desert in California? Two of Wands. Yeah, you're seeing the potential. You're seeing your potential, actually. I feel like for the longest time, you had this ceiling that you were stuck at. Like, you couldn't go past it. And then, all of a sudden, when you started rejecting offers from people, there goes your ceiling. You no longer have a ceiling now. Because that's what was holding you back. It was a lot of the people that were projecting their ceilings onto you that was creating this ceiling. So it wasn't your own. And maybe you're just a very sensitive person, and that's why this was happening. Because you tend to absorb other people's energies very easily here. And so now you're becoming very discerning about who you let into your life. And it's allowing you to expand a lot more. I found old stuff and I'm literally making a sculpture. Cool. That's so dope. I went to Joshua Tree and I found myself last weekend. That's beautiful. I've never been there, but I've heard of it. Yeah, sculptures are so cool. I love art. Are you guys artists? In the comments? What do you guys do for fun? California, building a community. That's beautiful. I feel like that community is going to be very lovely to live in. You have a very good energy, Claire. Seven of Cups, 10 of Swords. Yeah, you're seeing the silver lining in everything that you've been through as giving you a new part of yourself. It's like every time you went through something that was difficult, it showed you a part of yourself that maybe you lost along the way. And you found it by defeating every one of your little experiences here. Not little, but, you know, all these little experiences. Here I go saying little. Maybe it feels that way now. Maybe you feel like you could do anything. There's like this feeling of being able to do anything now. So that was beautiful. I feel like that's the end of the reading. So don't work too hard was a point. Just let it flow. Let things let things happen as they need to happen. You're doing a great job with whoever it is that you have stepped away from. Good job, that too. What else here did we have? I like to summarize them lately. I've been really enjoying summarizing readings at the very end because I feel like it really ties things together. Let's see, what else did we have here? Healing your insecure attachment if you have insecure attachment, which it felt like. So spending more time giving to yourself rather than other people, and paying more attention to your inner world and why you react certain ways to things and why certain things bother you, as opposed to trying to fix everything around you. That was another big point. Let's see, what else? Yes, healing, which is going to happen here. And possibly also, I'm seeing also with the Taurus card here, I didn't notice this before, but I really do feel like in Taurus, your finances are going to shift dramatically with this King of Pentacles. You're going to have some stability coming in here. So that was the message that I had for you, well, Spirit had for you. Thank you and your Spirit guides for being here. Thank you for putting in time to hang out, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this reading. Bye!